Here in the state of Utah, not only can you buy your marriage license online, but your ceremony can also be performed online. So basically, it's just using a virtual platform like video conferencing, such as Skype or Zoom, things like that. And as long as the officiant is here in the state of Utah at the time the ceremony is performed, the couple themselves can be anywhere in the world. And as a matter of fact, they don't even have to be in the same room together. I have lots of couples that maybe one is in Texas and the other is in Denmark. Well, you can do that through this option, a remote appearance wedding ceremony. Perfectly legal. Please do hire a professional minister or officiant to perform your wedding ceremony. That way you know absolutely for certain that everything is proper, handled accordingly, and completely legal from start to finish. So I'm answering questions from quite literally all around the world if this is actually a real thing, because a lot of people do still think that it can't possibly be real. And as far as it not feeling like a real ceremony, I have had couples that for whatever circumstances ended up happening for them, it ended up being not all the bells and whistles, the big fanfare and everything at a resort or a big venue, but perhaps just in the comfort of their own home with a few family members either present with them or on Zoom as well. So everybody is participating in that fashion. And the couples that I have served that way have told me they felt it was no less important that if we were all gathered together in the same meadow or whatever the case may be, because the feeling of love is still there. The celebration of their commitment is still there. And the family and friends that are able to participate, whether it is in person or they are also Zoomed in or, however, I always get wonderful compliments on the beautiful ceremony and how it didn't feel like they were online. The technological advances that we have seen in just even the last 5 years alone have made this a wonderful platform for me to be able to reach out and provide services to families literally all around the globe. How on earth can you gather everybody together from all points of the compass? The easiest option really is to do a remote appearance wedding ceremony. That gathers in everybody anywhere. As long as they've got a good internet connection, they can be present and witness the joy of that celebration. We always test out the connection beforehand. I always ask my couples to make sure, especially if, say they're in the mountains or maybe they're on a beach. We need to make sure absolutely that they've got good hotspot connection so that we can still provide service. Audio, video is key. Audio certainly is key because they need to both see me and hear me, and I need to see and hear them, especially when they utter those two magic words, "I do," because that is the actual legal piece of a wedding ceremony. So testing out those connections, making sure there is good connection, or maybe selecting a different spot, a different area to hold the ceremony where there is good connection. And if in the rare instance that the internet connection does completely drop, which I have experienced with a couple of other countries, and it's simply because their infrastructure is not quite as sound as ours is in that fashion. When it drops, we wait a few minutes and maybe we step back in, try it again, and it's the try until you get it right. And if absolute worst case scenario, I had one time that they were having rolling blackouts. So it was pushed forward to a different day when we were hoping that everything would be good again, and it was. So there does need to be a little bit of flexibility sometimes, but generally speaking, everything works out as it's meant to.